I love serving because I think that's what God wants me to do. This started about 2.5 years ago. A box of grapes and cherries. And I was telling my husband, I was like, well, why don't we go out and see if anybody would like that? So we just went out to the parks and drove around and seen some people, a bunch of people actually, and we just started handing out grapes and cherries. And so we just saw the need out there, and we saw how many people there were, and from there just God provided everything we needed, and we just met people. And it's like one of these ladies I was feeding, and all she did was come up to me and was asked me about serving, what I was doing, and I had some clothes and I had some food, and all of a sudden she started being part of our group. But I appreciate the opportunity to serve.
I started volunteering with Leanne and Rob because that's where my heart was with the homeless, and I could relate because I was once there. Some people go out there because they've never felt love.
I was driving over to take some photos of the park. I noticed she had food that she was giving out, plates, and she also had clothing and water. I actually had some thought process of the homeless that was really negative, and I didn't really have any pity for them. I thought, that's their fault. Something in my heart stirred, and I went up and said, do you have a number? I started realizing I don't know what their circumstances were, and it doesn't matter what their circumstances were, but by giving and serving, it gave me more compassion. It gave me a sense of understanding that they're hurting, and people would come in line and they'd say, wow, you're giving this to me, thank you. There was so much. In fact, I started to realize even amongst the homeless people that they were more willing to give to each other and go without. If they seen someone that needs something, they would be willing to give what they had to them. And I just had a whole totally different thought about all of that. You're doing it, and God's love is able to get into your heart. The more you give, the more He gives. We go out there and we're just a ragtag group of people that all have a heart for the same thing, even though none of us attend the same church, or we really don't know each other. And we've kind of been put together in such a way, and I think it's the way God works. We get together, it's just showing God's love, showing a loving heart.
I keep going back out because it's important for them to know that there are people with loving hearts, and there are people that do care, and there are people that love them, and they need to be told that, and they need to be showed that.
The thing that has most impacted me is that many of the people are so very grateful and gracious. They're quick to say thank you. Being of service is, I think, what we all should do. If every one of us could be of service to anyone, the world would be such a better place.
For some people like myself, it brings me a lot of joy. It's a life-changing experience. I just think it's a beautiful thing. We'd like to have you guys come out and join us. It can touch the lives of many people. Go to alovingheartinc.org or follow us on Facebook.
We hope to see you there.